What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy here, Miguel. What is going on, people? My name is Miguel Angel. I am owner operator of a Mexican restaurant here in Dundee. Actually, I shouldn't say that. We're about to switch hands. So I am an owner operator of a restaurant here in Dundee, Michigan. I am super excited to have a new format, a new platform to talk on. Don't mind my water on my shirt. I just got done getting a glass of water. So the show, all right. So welcome to my new show. It's going to be called the Daily Cup of Mojo, or a cup of coffee. Because I think that in order to start the day off right, most people should have a cup of Mojo in their hands, get you going. If you're wondering why I don't have any coffee today, is because I can't really afford coffee. So this is my cup. It's an empty cup. Has a lot of significance behind it, and I don't know. I look forward to filling this cup up with a lot of success in 2024, and yeah, man, this means a lot for me right now. Let me fill you guys in what we have going on here in my entrepreneur world. I'm going to year 5 of my business, but before I get into that, I want to share a quick story with you guys. What happened to me about 5 minutes ago. So currently, I'm in my restaurant for the last probably week and a half since my daughter's been out of school. I have pretty much just running the show myself. So I went from having a team of 12 employees down to right now we have a team of 4 or 5, I believe. I really want to think about the math on that, but that's 4 or 5 of us. And I just really can't afford too much payroll right now, and business have been super slow. So what I did was I made a decision to stay open and just kind of operate myself. So I have a restaurant that holds about 49, 50 people, I would say. And I've pretty much been waiting tables, cooking in the back, taking the food to the table, doing the bartending, doing the whole shebang, right? It's a challenge for myself. And once again, I just really can't afford it to have waitresses and cook staff going right now. Because it all costs money. So when times are tough, you just gotta tough it out and suck it up, buttercup, and get to work. So, anyways, back to my story. So today I came in, and as of January 1st, I launched a new platform here in my restaurant. We're gonna be going away from the Mexican food stuff and going into more of a bar grill kind of concept. Getting away from the whole Mexican restaurant concept idea and moving into American food, burgers and cool drinks. And for me, anyways, it's all about the experience that my customers have coming through the door. So, anyways, it's a little frustrating. It really is. I was kind of just thinking like, okay, where do I start? Where do I begin? And here we are. So I do have a building that I am leasing, and I have I think a year, four more years on my lease. So I'm pretty much grounded here, but we're just kind of revamping everything. So it can be frustrating. I'm kind of sitting there a little down and out. I moved some pictures around. I took all the Mexican decor off the wall. And it's just a new day for me, And it was the last week has been just really surreal. It's kind of just thinking about like, man, like where do we? This is it's overwhelming. Everything costs money, and you need money to make money. That's been my rule of thumb, and I just feel like it's been weighing on my mind. So, anyways, this guy walks in, right? This old dude walks in, and I'm like, oh, sweet customer. Let me go knock it out real quick. Maybe I can make $15 off this guy, and then have enough money to go buy some paint so I can start painting the walls. Right? This guy walks in with a jug. He's like, hey, can I get some water? I went up to this dude, and I was like, yeah, $2. Like, nothing's free, man. Like, I flat out told my dude, I said, no, I pay for the water, my man. I said, $2. I said, I'll give you some water for $2. And he looked at me like, really? I was like, yeah. I said, cost me. I said, you want to see my water bill, bro? Like, I pay money for this water. All right. Everything costs money. Like, now that I'm dead broke, hey, listen, I understand everything costs money. And he kind of looked at me kind of sideways. He took his wallet out, and I was fucking angry because it wasn't the $15 I was expecting. It was the fucking free dollar I'm sorry, the $2 was gonna make all the freaking water that really wasn't even going in my pocket anyways. So I'm like, yeah, bro, $2. So it cost me the $2. I take the jug in the back, fill it up, take it back out to him. I was like, there you go. And he didn't say nothing. He didn't say thank you, nothing. He walked out. Then I walked away and I was like pissed off almost. Like, damn, man, this guy is coming here for free water. How dare him, you know? Like, that's just a disgrace. I've never seen this guy before. I never did business with him. He's never came into my restaurant supporting me. But he's going to come in for some free water? Man, I said, this guy. So, but then what happened was a trigger in my head started eating me up a little bit. And I started feeling like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have charged that dude. Maybe he's in a tougher situation than I am. Maybe he's trying to get home to his kids. Maybe he's down and out. I don't know, man. And I always try to be the battery and everything in my life. I've always been the battery where people plug themselves into me and I recharge them up. And then I'm like, all right, go on, go get it, kid. You know, I try to help out where I can. And that's who I am as a human, you know, and I'm like, damn. So I sat there for about 2 minutes. I look out the window, look at my cameras, and I was like, that dude out there. Try and get his car started. So I'm like, all right. Opened the door up, walked over to his car. He's looking at me like, damn, before I come back for $2 more or what? I opened up his door and I said, hey, man, here's $2. Here's your $2 back, bro. I said, I'm just having a bad day. I said, no ill intention. I said, I want to try to help out what I can, is what I'm put on this earth to do. And I'm just having a bad day, man. So when you're having a bad day, you got to catch yourself then and there, though. Because I know that if I wouldn't have, first of all, I know I made an impression on that gentleman. And I know that he's going to remember me for the rest of his life. And I know that if he ever comes to do business with me, that he's going to know that I'm going to take care of him. And who knows who he knows. It's just a lot that goes through my mind. And I think that for $2, it wouldn't have been worth me thinking about all these things all day long, to be honest with you. So I took action right away. I had a customer about 2 weeks ago. Same scenario. She was bitching about something. And I like just went all like, I didn't lose, like, okay, I lost my shit on her. I said, I'm sorry, I don't have avocados and you were looking for something else today. They cost money when you buy in bulk and I can't afford it. And I said, ma'am, you know what? Don't even pay for the food. All right. And if you're unhappy, like, just go leave me a 1-star review. I don't really care at this point. You see my business? That's what I told the dude when we walked in. I said, do you see my place? There ain't no one in this boy. There's no one in this boy. I'm like, and you want to come in here for free water, man? You gotta see where I'm coming from. But once again, as a human, I went right back to that. Like literally, I walked away. I cooled off instantly. You know, took a drink of water, caught up my breath, caught up with everything. I walked back out to the customer. And I apologized. I said, hey, listen, I'm sorry I'm having a bad day today. I apologize. But here's the thing. I have more good days than I do bad days. That's why I can catch on the good day, like a bad day, quick. And I want to fix it. It's all about my mindset. It's all about going through the day. Because if I have a shitty mindset and every customer is the same, I'm never going to make it in this world. First of all, I'm never going to make it in this business. So back to me and us and what we have going on. Once again, I'm super excited to be on YouTube. Previous to this, I was on the Facebook Meta format for a solid 4.5, almost 5 years. It was one of those things where I wanted to give people an insight of my business, an insight to me, an insight to, just the entrepreneurship game, the fatherhood game, my life some. And I kind of feel like at this point in time, I want to expand more on that on my documenting, because this is documenting my life for me, and this is great to have this technology to be able to like communicate, talk through, and hopefully in my endeavors and my posts and my live videos and in my feeds, I can reach out to more people that I don't even know, that are not just in my little circle here. So that's my goal going onto YouTube, is to reach out to someone who I might not even ever meet, but also just to kind of like stick to what we have going on and like speak freely of business, of life in general, and just how to be a good alien on this world. You know what I'm saying? I think that we live in a very negative world right now. And I think that it's going to be important to try to find some positivity in everything and I feel like I said earlier, I am that battery, and I want people to plug into me, and I want to help people out. This is my goal in life. Okay, my goal in life is whoever I come across in my life, that they walk away a better person than they were when they met me. That's my goal, even down to a customer. Once again, like that's all. That's the impact I want to have on a daily basis. So, with that being said, here is my introduction video. All right, people, where should I start? I could write a book on this stuff. You know that. Let's see here. I didn't take any notes. I normally just go right off the fly. I normally just jump right into it. If you get a chance, go to my Facebook page. It's called Cilantro Dundee. On there, you can see all my crazy live videos I've done. Those are all coming right from my phone. I whip my phone out. I'll do it live, and I'll just kind of go with the punches, say what's on my mind, and try to always end with a positive note. So I'm gonna try to do the same thing on my live videos here on Facebook. I'm sorry, not on Facebook, on YouTube, on the tube. So what I want to do is, this is coming off my webcam, but I'm going to start a podcast this year, I want you guys along for this journey. Okay, so please excuse the crappy webcam maybe footage out there that you might be watching. We're gonna grow. We're gonna get better. I have all the equipment that I need to get going, and mics and all this stuff, which we'll kind of talk about the history of where I was and the reason why I have all this equipment. So let's talk about what we got going on here. So once again, year 5 of my business. I started in 2019. I started my own food truck called Cilantro, real Mexican food here, based out of Michigan, Metro Detroit area. I got the food truck June 1st, 2019. Prior to that, I was working for Verizon Wireless. I'm actually going to go back a little farther. So first things first, I started my own DJ business back in 2001. Okay, when I was probably about 18 years old, I started DJing with my buddy Vic. He got me kind of plugged into the game. He taught me a lot. I kind of moved on from there and started my own business, going into just DJing. I did DJing for about 5 years, doing weddings. On my 5th, 6th year, I got into the nightclub scene. I busted out a bunch of nightclub scenes. I started a bunch of nightclubs and clubs. I did those for probably about 6, 7 years. As well as I was going to college. So I was going, to Wayne State University in Detroit. And then I was also DJing on the side, and I also had a third hustle always happening. Maybe like I was waiting for my father. My father owned a restaurant before. That's kind of what gets me into the business here. But I kind of was looking for my own path, and I know I'm on the path. Like, this is all the stories I'm about to tell you leads me right here to where I belong. And I want to take you guys on the journey to where we're going to end up at. Okay. So 2010, I graduated from college from Wayne State University. Super proud, pumped up, 3-piece suit on. I was the man. All right. The people were like, you got to get a degree to make it in this world. All right. Well, I did it. I got my degree. It took me 8 years because I wouldn't consider myself a bookworm by no means. I am 100% not really good or patient with like reading, writing, and all the other stuff. Hold on 1 second. Let me unplug this. Hopefully this doesn't change. Sorry about that. I hope you guys can still hear me and see me. If not, this is a learning lesson for me. All right. Anyways, so with that being said, so back to I graduated from college 2010. And I was always told to go get a real job. That was always in my ear. Go get a real job. Go get a real job. You can't be a DJ the rest of your life. How are you going to feed your family if you're a DJ? Blah, 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 everyone else. I was like, all right, well, you guys tell me what I need to do then, right? So they're like, well, first of all, you need to go to school, right? Because everyone goes to school, and everyone you be successful going to school, right? Get your degree. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. This person that's telling me this doesn't get a degree. Right? I don't pick this up at that point. I'm 26 years old, and I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. I gotta get a degree. I don't know. The person that's telling me, the people that are telling me stuff, they don't even have the degrees. They don't even have what they're telling me. Go get whatever. Go get a real corporate job, real big boy job. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I scramble. I found myself working at Verizon Wireless. I worked hard. I got there, and I'm like, okay, sweet. I got into Verizon Wireless. And I'm like, if the story goes as they're telling me, all I need to do is show up with my certificate. Actually, you know what? All I need to do is show up with my university certificate. Da, 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 here you go. I got my degree. Where's the money? Pretty much, right? That's what was told to me. Sorry to tell you this, kids. That is a lie. What did Murray say? That is not your child. That is not the lie. That is not the truth. All right. The truth of the matter is, you have to work harder than anyone else if you want to achieve anything in this world. So, and I'm telling you this because this was one of those things where I made myself do it. I know I had to do it just to prove them wrong, I guess. I don't know who I was proved wrong. I don't know, but I got it. I got it done. And after I got into to Verizon Wireless, and I worked really hard, and I was going to these interviews, and I'm like walking there. I'm like, here you go. Hey, here's my certificate. Here's my bachelor's degree. They're like, okay. And they're like this. Cool. Anyways, what kind of experience do you have in the wireless industry? Can you sell anything? Can you fix anything? What do you know about cell phones? What do you know about networks? What do you know about towers and integration and all this other stuff? And I'm like this. Hold on. Did you guys see? Just in case you didn't see it, here it is. Here it is. 3-piece suit on, the man. And they're like, once again, hey, guy, tell me, your degree does not matter here, sir. It's about experience. And I walked out of that interview, and I said, that guy is 100% right. It's my experience. The people who are getting promoted over me had GEDs, high school diplomas, dabbled in college a little bit. And I'm here with my degree. It's taken 8 years because I'm a non-student and broken. Damn. Okay. Well, guess what we do? We work harder, baby. What is the question she was asking me about technology and network? Hey, I jump on the platform I'm on now on YouTube. I start listening to people. I start figuring out the ways of life and how I can become a manager and how I can become this and how I come that and this and that. And I talk to my colleagues and all right, I want to be a man. I've been learning this other stuff. And they're like, it's going to take you 5 years to be a manager. I said, I don't have 5 years. I said, I'm going to work really hard. I want to get this done in 18 months before I'm a manager. And they laughed in my face. Needless to say, 18 months later, I was running 2 locations, the Taylor, Michigan location of Verizon Wireless. I was an assistant store manager there. I had a team of 22 people. After that, I got promoted again, and I took over another location in the Detroit Renaissance Center, which I had another 4 employees over there. I was a dual manager going back and forth, and I worked hard for it. I was getting paid very well. I had the American dream. I had a little house in Brownstown. Me and my wife, we got there. We worked hard. She was a teacher as well. She got her master's degree, and she was kind of going into special education. At the time when Verizon Wireless was paying very well, she was a stay-at-home mom. Say, hey, listen, stay home, baby. I got this. Hey, I got this. We good. We're going to do the American dream and raise our family in this little suburb, and it's going to be amazing. So, needless to say, that dream kind of soaked up. Because when I was going to the next level of promotions, what happened was there's a lot of politics involved in the corporate world. So they know this person, other. They don't know this other person. Too much stuff for me. So, and I really didn't want to get involved with it all. So I said, I'm just going to be assistant. I'm just going to chill as assistant manager. The pay is good. I'm going to hang out here and figure out what I want to do. Because I knew this deep down in my soul. I am an entrepreneur. I want to be my own boss. I want to set my own schedules. I want to work hard and get paid. Here's why. When I worked at Verizon Wireless, there's been months I would work very, very hard, and my commission check, let's say it was $5,000. I don't know what it was. Let's say it was $5,000 commission check. I worked my ass off. I got $5,000. Then the next 60 days, I would go in the office. I'll kick my feet up, chill out on the tube, hang out, watch movies and everything. Employees come in, yeah, whatever, man, take care of yourself, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? I still got paid $5,000 commission checks. Okay, that don't make no sense. Because when I'm working hard, grinding out, I should get paid $10,000, not the $5,000. All right. So that's where I was like, maybe it's time for me to remove myself from the situation, because once again, if I want to work harder, I want to make more money. If I work less, I make less money. And that is the grind of the entrepreneur. The grind of any kind of business is the harder you work, the more you make. The less you work, the less money you will make, and the harder it's gonna be, kids. So that's where I ended up working for Verizon Wireless until 2016. In 2015, me and my wife started camping. We were hitting up campgrounds. We did a lot of traveling then. Once again, because we had the American dream going, man, we had a little camper. It was sweet. Camper, a little pool in the backyard. I had 3 daughters at the time. And I'm like, this is life, man. This, but was I pushing myself to my max? Was I maxed out? I don't think so. I think I really had the car neutral, and I was just trying to figure out like how to fix my engine to get me longer, farther in life. So what I ended up doing is we fell in love with camping. We hit up all these amazing campsites and traveled down the coast and went to Tennessee and went to Myrtle Beach and went to Florida, took the kids to Disney and did all, like I said, all the American dream stuff that everyone always talks about. And we found ourselves just falling in love and being in the country. I love waking up in the morning, putting some cup of coffee on, going outside and just seeing all the nature, all the beauty, just how peaceful it was and nice. And after that year of camping in 2015, I told Jen, I said, why don't we move to the country? Let's move to the country. Let's move out. Let's get a little nice little farm. We can take the girls out there. They can ride 4-wheelers and just be kids, man, because we're living in a world now where it's all fast-paced cell phones and they're on YouTube and everything else. And we both agree that that's what we want to do. 2016, we started shopping around for farms, and we had the idea of having a barn venue. Because once again, I actually still DJ to this day. So I'm going on 22 years of being my own DJ, which I love. It's more of a hobby now. But I love making money at it. I love having that, I'm in a pinch, let me get some money, I can go DJ, but I love doing it for the fun of entertaining people. So in 2015-16, we had an idea to start a barn venue, and pretty much got us here to Monroe County, which is about 40 minutes from Detroit. And we have a 5-acre farm, and we from 2016 to 2018, I left my job at Verizon. I went to work for Home Depot because I needed to find out how to do framing and all this other work on the barn, 110-year barn. Maybe I can show you guys one day. And I ended up making that transition move over there to find contractors. Then after that, we pretty much got that business up and running. And then end of 2018 came back. I went back to Verizon once again because I feel like the project was done at the homestead. And I kind of feel like what's next for me. So I'm always going. I kind of feel like if you have that mindset and you're always going, you definitely have a quality to you to be an entrepreneur. Because you can't just sit still and, entrepreneurs, we hustlers, baby. We're going to go out there. We're going to make it. We're going to find different ways. We're going to find different revenue streams. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be stressful. It's going to be hard. And everyone's going to tell you you can't do it. Don't forget that last part, though, because everyone has told me that I cannot do what I'm doing. And thank God that this little peanut brain of mine does not just listen to people. So, all right, so let's get back to where we are now. Okay, so 2019 rolls around. I can go more in depth in these videos later on when I see fit, but right now I'm trying to give you a quick recap so that way we can move forward on what we have going on right now, present time, on January 2nd, 2024. Holy shit. Yeah. Okay, so 2019 rolls around. In the beginning of the year, I went back at Verizon, hating my life once again, because when I go back to Verizon Wireless, they kick me back down the chain. You're back to sales rep. I was back to square one, back to ground zero. Like, okay, obviously I don't want to be in this position. Obviously I was managing these people. Now I'm sitting there like they're my manager. Like, no, I start going back to the rails, talking to people, telling people my experience and showing people my resume. And honestly, there was too much politics involved at the time where they had their people in place and they wanted you to reprove themselves to you. I was not okay with reproving myself in a business that I already proved myself in. I don't know. It was just, this is new chain of people. And I'm like, I'm not doing this with you guys. I'm not doing it. February 2019, On my birthday, I went to have some tacos. I walk into this taco place. True story. And the tacos at the time were $3.50 each. I was like, damn, $3.50 for a taco? All right, I have two tacos, $7. They weren't even that good. And I left there and I told my wife, I was like, maybe I should get into the restaurant business again. So you totally should. You know it. My father owned a restaurant for, I don't know, 20, 30 years, something like that. I don't want to think about that, the math right now, but many years. And I worked for him since I've been like 8 years old. So I'm like, I know the business like the back of my hand. Now with the sales experience I have from Verizon Wireless and the connections I have, there's no reason why I can't succeed in the restaurant business. So I started shopping for restaurants in February 2019. Okay, so my birthday is early February. By the end of the month, I'm already shopping around for restaurants. I check out about 3, 4 places, but the problem is they were not restaurants at one point, or sometimes they were. The other problem I was having was that they need to be like re-upped for building permits and everything. They needed ventilation systems in there, and we were talking about I was going to drop like 30 grand just to get it up and going. I'm like, I don't have that capital right now. Once again, because the American dream doesn't set you up for that. The American dream sets you up to work for the man, you know? So I'm like, damn, okay, I can't really come up with that. Like 30 grand's a lot. Plus, I'm going to drop it into a building I'm going to be leasing. It's not even my building. And if it doesn't work out, then, like, you know, if you're new to this, you gotta understand, like, commercial real estate and commercial leasing is completely different than the house. It's not like, oh, hey, my furnace broke down, come fix it, Mr. Landlord. That's not how this stuff works. It's completely different world when it comes to commercial leasing, especially with the restaurants. And there's a lot of like different things that need to happen. So, long story short, I was kind of discouraged. Is the word? I was discouraged, but I kept getting up every day, shopping around, still looking, because I know that the faith I have in my God, he was going to come through for me in a way that I never expected. Going into probably May, so we go 3 months into this. One of my buddies calls me up like, "Hey, I have an idea, man." I said, "I have a friend of mine selling a food trailer. Why don't you start there? Start a food trailer." I was like, I don't know, because guess what? The brick and mortars, people are like, "You have a restaurant? Oh, you have a food truck? Okay." And I'm like, who cares? This is what I want to do, though. This is a great start for me because I can always have the brick and mortar and the food truck going at the same time. So what I'm doing is getting into a food truck. Um, I pretty much was able to move some money around, get a loan through a personal loan on one of my trucks I took in. They appreciated it. I mean, they what do you call it? Not depreciated, whatever. They appraise it. They praise it. They praised it for about 15 G's. The food truck was about 13.5. I'm like, so I'm in. I'm in the door. All right. Now it's just time to network and get my shit together where I need to get together. So June 1st, 2019, I get my food trailer. I'm still working for Verizon, just so you know, though. I constantly kept that going. And literally did my first event by June 13th. By the 15th of the month, I had my 2-week notice in the Verizon Wireless, and I said, I am done. There's too much work to be made out here for me to be sitting back, trying to have everything add up on paper. I said, let me just throw me to the wolves and let's get out there to work. So I did my first event for 200 people on the 13th. Literally by that weekend, I had about, I don't know, like 10 gigs lined up. By midweek, I had another 5 already booked up. And people were calling me left and right because there was no food trucks here in Monroe County. On top of that, they all knew that I knew the Mexican food business from working for my father. And once again, I feel like what I just got done telling you the story from earlier, those are connections that I have made with people that I've always done my whole entire life. I work with integrity. I work consistently. I work hard. I'm also take care of people. And that's the reason why success is always almost right here, just falling in my lap. Okay, guys, because that's the main thing. If you take care of people, they're going to take care of you in return. Everything I've got, I have worked for in many different ways, not just in just working hard. It's about nourishing our relationships, taking care of people when they come through your door, help them out whenever I can. So that's why I did earlier. What I did kind of ties into what we're talking about now. Because people do take care of you as long as your intention is good and you operate with integrity. And that goes in business and life and whatever you guys are doing. Okay? So back to my story. So I walk into my office. My manager that I worked side and side with for many years as managers, now as his employee, and I said, "Yeah, man, I think I'm gonna put my 2 week notice in." He was like, "Dude, he said you can't come back though." I said, "That's fine. I'm never gonna come back to Verizon Wireless unless I'm selling tacos in the parking lot," which I did do. So we got into the food truck. By probably July 1st, I was like full time, full time. I did my 2 weeks at Verizon, so I gave my notice on the 15th. By July 1st, I was, let's say, balls deep in this shit. All right, that's where I was. I was balls deep in it, and I was ready to go. I was ready to hit the road. I was ready to manifest my dream and put the work in that I need to do to get there. So for one whole year, that's all I did. I would work 5 days a week on the food truck. The nice thing is I can create my own schedule now, so I was able to see my kids, see my daughters whenever I could, whenever I wanted to, whenever I could. It kind of like change my schedules around. All the girls got something going on. Cool, let's go move things around. At the time, my daughters would have been four. Would have been four. 4, 7, and 8, something like that. My daughter's now current date in 2024. I have a 9-year-old daughter, a 9-year-old daughter, a 12 and a 13-year-old. So full-time dad of 3. But back, I'll get to my personal stuff later on. Let's just keep to the meat and potatoes on business right now. Okay. So I do that for a whole year. Then in March of 2020, COVID hit. We all know that. The COVID story. Oh, here we go, right? And I'm like, damn. Okay, well, the good thing is I almost took a lease on another building probably 60 days before COVID hit, and I just backed out of it. Thank God I did. And I backed out of that deal to get a Mexican restaurant here off the freeway. And I said, let me play this food truck out more. I need to get this food truck game down still. So I rocked that food truck once again 5 days a week. And then after COVID hit, the guy that owned this building here, he pretty much was about to retire. So he approaches me like, "Hey, listen," because my commissary is in the back. Commissary, if you don't know what that is, it's a kitchen that you cook out of, a professional grade kitchen that you cook out of, and you prep everything and you put it in the food truck and then you go out and sell. Okay, that's how it works here in Michigan. I'm not sure where you guys are from, but that's how it works in Michigan. So my commissary was in the back, my kitchen was in the back. I would cook, prep everything, jump on the food truck, and hit the road and go sell. And that was most of my days. All right. So after I got the opportunity, when COVID hit, this guy was going to retire. He approached me. He's like, "Hey, man, I think I have an opportunity for you if you want to take over my restaurant." At the time, I think I had a 6-year lease on it, 7-year lease, something like that. "If you want to take it over, it's XYZ. This is how much it will cost you." Just kind of pay some of his other debts he had going on. It was a no-brainer for me. I said, "Let's run it. I'm ready to go. It's Mexican restaurant time." In my market right now, at the time, there was a Mexican restaurant down the road here. Only one, maybe like 5 miles down the road, that wasn't doing so hot. And I already knew they were kind of going under because I kind of like pay attention to like what was going on in their business and like a lot of like insight from like wait staff and things weren't going too hot for them. Then the next Mexican restaurant was literally about 10 miles down the road from me here. So really there was no competition in what I was doing. And I think it was a great idea. So I was like, done. I go home that night. I told my wife, I was like, "Yeah, we bought a restaurant pretty much." But I kind of spun in the right way to get her buy-in. She was bought into the idea. At the time, she was running her own photography business. So we moved her photography business from another location over here. And we pretty much ran the storefront. We have all 3 businesses running here at our location. It was going good. Everything was rock solid. I feel like I was still grasping things, learning the process. We got new menus. We got, we did a lot of work to the building as far as like getting things that we needed to get done and just learning how to maintain. And then we start growing. And then we were doing probably about, I don't know, maybe like, I don't have to put numbers out there, but like it's probably 35 grand a month we were doing rock solid. And we've seen a lot of growth from there. Then what happens is back to exactly what we were talking about. I get a phone call one day because I was trying to get my liquor license. And I get a phone call from one of my friends down the road that has a Papa John's. And they're like, "Hey, dude, you want to buy my liquor license? Because we're going to be retiring too." Well, thank you. Yes, I will. Yes, I will buy your liquor license from you. I appreciate that. Once again, it just fell right into my lap. So once again, it goes back to what we just talked about. The moral of the story this morning: got to get back, take care of people. They're going to take care of you. I wasn't super close to these people. I knew them from business, from passing. We did a couple events together, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, these are my people. They're going to take care of me. It was like they're good people. They're going to take care of me. But it wasn't like a previous relationship that I had with them before. They felt obligated and all that. I truly appreciate them for that because it definitely helped me out in what my business plan was at the time. It still fits it. So that was probably 2021. I got my liquor license. I said, okay, game changer, right? I said, but I'm going through some personal stuff right now, and I want the timing to be right. So I'm going to hold off on making any changes, drastic changes in my business. I'm going to hang tight and kind of move through these waves and just continue rocking my food trucks. My food truck's constantly going. The only way I've made it in this restaurant business is my food truck is constantly going. We're doing 5-6 day gigs a week. Okay. Now I have a team of 12 employees. Now I have 2-3 cooks on board. Now I have 3-4 waitresses in the front. I have a dishwasher. I have a prep person. I even have two of my girls can ride, backup, cook, and ride the trailer. They're all trained in that. All my team is cross trained and everything. We're doing solid. Everything's rocking out. Everything is going good. The bills are being paid. The money's coming in. We're always looking for growth, right? Because we're entrepreneurs. We're always trying to see where can we pick it up. Then what happens is we get a whiff that there's a new Mexican restaurant coming down the road. That was probably like early 2022. And I'm like, okay, whatever. We don't care. We got our liquor license. We're good. We're gonna rock it out. We will get through this, no problem. And that was my mentality. I just focused on what we had going on here. Now I did a little research on the Mexican restaurant coming in. They are a franchise of 30 locations. They have 30 years in the business. So it was like, ooh, I'm gonna call them a heavy hitter, but also I would call them a threat. All right. So that was like, okay, well, let me just stick to what we've been doing. It's been working. And why change something if this isn't broken, right? That was my mindset. So we started working on changing up the menu a little bit. We did we did a new revamp of our menu. We kind of added a little different flair to it, and just kind of waiting for them to open up, and then September rolls around, 2022. My wife passes away. Then business doesn't matter no more. Business doesn't matter no more. I started a new business. Business of being a single father of 3 daughters. I'm not here to give you no sob story. I wasn't expecting to do that, but it's part of my story. My wife passed away in September 2022. And the whole world just stopped. Do you ever see one of those planes in the sky. This is going, stops, and it just drops and crumbles. That's what happened to me. My whole life just crumbled right in there, disintegrated, blew up, and everything just, all the pieces just flew everywhere. It's all ash. You walk around, you see parts of the plane and things missing, and it's GM Financial going. It's GM Financial going for money for my wife's old vehicle that we had to turn in at the shit house. Good thing I didn't stop the video to go over there. You know what you can do, you know. All right, so that happens, and I took a step back for a minute. I said, how do we push forward? How do we push forward? How do we get things done? Um, my daughter's my everything. They really are. They always have been. They're the reason. They're my motivation. They're the reason I get up every morning. They're the reason I go to sleep. They push me to do things that they probably never ever will ever know how much they motivate me. And if you don't have that in your life, you need to find that, whatever that may be. Whether it's something family member or a child, or find your reason of living and grinding, because there's nothing more powerful than that. So I take 2 weeks off, and I start figuring out where we go from here. My whole personal life is completely upside down, inside out. Like I said, I'm walking around with pretty much a milk crate, collecting pieces, and then just looking for normalcy for my daughters. And it was very real quick that if I wanted my daughters to get through this with me, I had to literally jump in and take control of the situation, and to ensure them that we're going to be okay, and to go through that process with them, to let them know that dad's here, we're good, we're going to continue. Mom would want us to get through this, things like that. So we had a lot of tough conversations, and how I did it, how I got through that, even current day is, I took on that challenge of being a single dad for my 3 daughters, like a new business, to be honest with you. I call it Angel Inc. I took over Angel Inc. in September 22. All right. And we came a long way. We have a lot of focus there. It was a whole new ball game. It was a whole another business I never ran. But also I knew that I could do it, and I knew that I had to challenge myself, and I knew that I had to stay positive. I knew that I had to find a new path in life. Without my wife, and with 3 girls, and how that's going to look on my business. And I can't go work for nobody. Come on, man. My wife just passed away. What am I supposed to do? Get a day job somewhere? Has to work. So at that time, we talked about this once again. Back to my story. I keep going right back to my story because it's the definition of who I am as a person. Okay, I have always taken care of people, and in that time of despair, I knew I was going to be okay, because I set myself up with my staff, with my team, with my business, to have it operate and maintain itself, which it completely did. Completely did. My staff, my team, my business literally went for 1 whole year without crashing and crumbling. I was in here though. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't like sitting at home and do nothing, but my focus wasn't here on this business. My focus was on my daughters, and getting my home right, and getting my personal life together again, establishing a routine at my house, getting my daughters a sense of security was my main priority for that last year. So now if we fast forward to September 2023, which was only 90 days ago. I get back into here. I get my house together, which I did achieve a lot of things that year. I put some work in. I didn't let that eat me alive too much. I still was getting up every day and I still was doing things. I still was grinding, but also I had to have on my mind that I have to be there for my daughters. And they're my number one. They're my number one priority. They still are. And it was about operating with them in the business, but now also trying to find some normalcy for them. Okay. So horrible tragedy though. I mean, it's tough. It's hard, but I know that I can do it. And I know that my mind can do it. And I know that we're going to get through this. And it's just change is sometimes challenging. But also, you got to learn to accept the change too. So, I'm going to recap real quick. I'm going to get you guys up to speed on September 2023, and I'm probably going to wrap this video up and then move on with my day because I got some things I got to get done today. So, September 23 rolls around. I get my house together, and I'm like, all right. I have a meeting with my daughters. I have board meetings at my house because once again, business is very comfortable to me. It's a place where I enjoy being, and I like to kind of view life as a business. Like if you have that mindset of your home is your business and your kids are your employees, and you want to help them, motivate them. Just how you do when you have a team, you got to treat them a little bit differently, and you got to speak to them in a certain manner, and you got to figure out what makes them tick. And like as a unit, you guys just keep pushing forward. Being positive is the biggest thing in my life. So that was the thing I just kept going back to. So I feel like my home life was solid. I had a board meeting with my daughters. I said, I think the house is good. We did a walk through the whole house, and we talked about where we were and where we're at and how things are amazing looking and how routine is. And we just, we keep mom at forefront of course, and we kind of just talk about what we have going on. And I told them, I said, I got to get back to work though, because work is what's going to allow us to do things that we want to do in our lives. So with that being said, I got back to work in September, like full time. Got back in here, and the restaurant down the road opened up that last April, which completely took us under. It didn't hurt us at all. It literally just popped our head off. They came in through like a wildfire. All my clientele pretty much went down the road, and we're back here square one. So, which I have something coming walking in right now. So I'm going to end this video. But listen, square one is where we want to be. We want to grow. We want to change. And I'm ready for the challenge. And I want to tell you guys what we have going on next, because the Mexican restaurant concept is completely out. We're gonna move forward, and it's super exciting. I want to take you guys along. So once again, I appreciate you watching this 48 minutes. I'm going to jump in here and see if I can sell these people some stuff. Get maybe some burgers going. I don't know. Talk to you guys soon. Once again, I appreciate you guys watching.